what has been done and what will be done to protect their school children, and districts that do test will be reimbursed for the costs of that testing. So he asked for $10 million to be included in the Annual Appropriations Act. The legislature agreed, and in the 2 weeks since passage of the Annual Appropriations Act, the team before you has been busy writing regulations so we get this out as quickly as possible. So we took the first opportunity in order to get these regulations before you. Good news is that the legislature in the Annual Appropriations Act included the language that allows us to go through a special adoption process, which we'll discuss with you in a moment. This is a special adoption of Chapter 26, Educational Facilities Law. We have our Assistant Commissioner Bob Bumpus here with Sam Scabla and Chris Huber from our legal team, and they will do a short presentation as to what the regs require.
Thank you, Commissioner, and I'm happy to have Chris and Sam with me to answer any questions the board may have following this presentation, because they did all the work working with the State Department of Environmental Protection. But this PowerPoint is designed to cull out salient points from these amendments around 3 T's, which comes from the federal EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, and those 3 T's are testing, telling, and training. So let's go to the 3rd slide under testing, if we would. So the way I've organized this is, again, 3 T's, and who is tested is our first slide. All public schools, which include regular, charter, Renaissance, any schools in jointure commissions and educational services commissions. Also, our private schools for students with disabilities who have been approved, and state-funded early childhood centers. What is being tested? All drinking water outlets. And part of the definitions and regulations is defining what water outlets are. And they are areas where staff and students will drink water or water that is used for food preparation. All of this is in accordance with lead sampling plan, which includes a plumbing survey, which looks at when the water comes in, entry level, its flow throughout the building, the plumbing materials used, and any fixtures like faucets and drinking fountains and so forth. How is it being tested? It's tested by responsible personnel who probably will be trained by the DEP. Sampling procedures include that the water is freestanding for 8 hours undisturbed. Signage should be put up to ensure that that water is not disturbed by anyone. The non-disturbance of hardware, which includes aerators, screens, and filters, collecting protocols, certified labs using the regulation from the Federal Drinking Water Act, and a QAP, which is a Quality Assurance Project Plan, which includes the methods of testing, the chain of custody, and the date of validation. And when. So upon the adoption of these regulations, which will happen today, hopefully, the districts may apply. They have 365 days to get this testing done. They may apply for a 365-day extension. Some of these districts who have already gone under and have already done the testing for lead in water could apply for an extension that takes them out at least a year. Now, once the testing is done, they will be required to test within 6 years following the initial testing, and every 6 years thereafter. The telling. Within 24 hours, when the board receives the validation of results, the board needs to post publicly on their website or by other means the results of that testing. Also, if any results are above the limit, which is 15 parts per billion as it stands today, they have to send parents and guardians notification of those results. There's also an annual statement of assurance that will be given to the department through the county offices to ensure that all of the regulations have been followed according to law. As far as the training, the Department of Environmental Protection, in consultation with our department, will provide technical guidance to assist boards of education in complying with sampling and analysis requirements. And that may be done through webinars and other means to ensure that those that are doing the testing are qualified and maybe certified to get that testing done, particularly with the labs around the states of New Jersey, around the state of New Jersey. The funding will be reimbursable once those tests are validated and the analysis is complete, and that will be through an application to the Department of Education via our website. We are in the process of developing that application as we sit here today. So that concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, we're available.
So I'm the Board of Ed, and I'm going to do this test. Is there a limit to the cost? Do I have to get the cost approved by the department? How do I know that once I do my test, that you're going to give me the money for it?
You will apply through the application. There is no limit.
Okay.
There's $10 million as the Commissioner indicated. We've done a little bit of analysis with, I think we used a $50 per order site and did a kind of ballpark figure on the number of sites within a school. And we think we have plenty of money within that $10 million per to cover this first year.
Got it. And so this is for 16, 17 years.
Yes.
Now, suppose last year I did exactly this thing, I paid for it myself. Do I get the possibility of getting reimbursed for that?
No.
No? Do you, so if every 6 years, these are just the questions I'm being asked. So if it's every 6 years, if I did it in accordance with this last year, can I wait 6 years before I do it again, or do I have to do it within the 365?
I'm going to defer to Sam.
Yeah.
You can see,
You
you
can what?
can submit an application to be waived from the initial round of testing, and then just start 6 years from when your initial.
Got it.
And we're very concerned with the number of tests that are gonna be going to the laboratories and the laboratories' capacity, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible for this to happen seamlessly. We just don't know, what the capacity is out there, but we do know there is gonna be severe taxing on that,
And if there is, you can apply for an extension of that 365-day window. Yes.
And if you read, in the regs, it'll actually say the reason you get the extension is that the laboratory has capacity problems.
Yes.
Maybe we should also let districts that are within an MUA area, where the MUA is already well equipped to do all this testing, that they will be able to go for it.
I don't know if that came up in the writing of the regs. Municipal utilities and fire.
Yeah, well, certainly if they're qualified individuals, the school district could use them, but they have to be qualified, they have to be trained, they have to follow the regulations, protocols.
Well, they have to be trained because they do that all the time.
Right, and, but we want to make certain of that. That might not necessarily be the case, in terms of, are they trained in taking samples from the bubblers within the school as opposed to the points on the municipal, utilities production? I'm not sure, but in any event, if they're trained, they can do it.
But they have that quality assurance project plan. I'm not sure there's protocols within that.
Jack?
My question is, we're talking tonight. Have you ever considered that if a school has an issue with drinking water, would you require that they have bottled water, just in case there is an issue and then bottled water would be available?
Yeah, that's the protocol that was being used at Newark, that as soon as a bubbler or a faucet was not, did not pass the minimums, immediately you take that offline and you make available bottled water. That's what we did in Newark, and that's what the protocols will be here as well. You take that faucet offline and you provide alternative water sources. So you're way ahead of us, Jack.
Part of the notification that's required to the department is what remedial steps you'll take if there is a drinking outlet that you see.
Great. Just so we all are clear, we're going right to adoption. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
So, I'm not sure I understand this 365-day extension. Let's say we adopt it today, and a school doesn't want to measure water, but but there is in fact lead in the water. How do we know if 365 days are granted? Isn't that 365 days of risk? I'm not sure I understand the purpose of the extension of the
But there has to be some justification for the extension.
It can't just be out of order.
Yeah, it can't be, we don't wanna know. It has to be that the laboratory's backed up or something like that, and it's up to. I don't think we're gonna be granting 365-day extensions unless the laboratories just aren't able to handle all of the faucets. That would be the only reason either we grant a extension would be that the laboratories can, and then we'll work with the laboratories and say, all right, when will you be able to get to the sampling? So it could be a 2-week, 3-week, 4-week, but it's not gonna be a 2
not
years
6
before.
months.
Yeah, no, it's just a maximum, we just don't know what the capacity is
of the lab.
of the labs out there.